Somewhere in my 40s, I realised I'd given away my entire calendar and none of it had me on it. Somewhere along the way, I realised I'd given almost every hour of my day to someone else. Work, kids, family, friends, errands. There was always a list, always a need, always something pulling me out of myself. Midlife has been a bit of a wake-up call. It's not a crisis. It's a quiet voice that keeps asking, when do you get to live? When do you get to breathe for yourself? Reclaiming time hasn't been about being selfish. It's been about finally noticing how much of my life I've spent in service of everyone around me and daring to take some of it back. A slow cup of coffee without guilt. A walk because I want to, not because the dog needs it. Saying no without explaining why. At some point in our lives, often quietly, we all realise time is not something we manage. It's something we carry. And in midlife, the weight of it begins to shift. No longer endless, no longer theoretical. Time becomes personal. We count it not in years, but in moments missed, in dreams delayed, in days spent pleasing, performing, producing, for everyone but ourselves. And then, a reckoning. A whisper that becomes a knowing. It's time to take it back. Reclaiming time is not about perfect routines or productivity hacks. It is not about waking up at 5 a.m. to prove your worth. It is a philosophical act, a reclamation of self. In midlife, we stop giving that attention away so freely. We realise we've spent decades tuning ourselves to the noise of others, and it cost us silence. It cost us presence. So now we return to the clock, not as a master, but as a companion. Not with fear, but with choice. We no longer ask, how much can I fit in? We ask, what truly belongs here? A walk without purpose, a slow meal, a boundary kept. An afternoon left untouched by obligation. We decide what matters in each hour, who we let in, what we give our attention to, and how we fill the day with meaning instead of noise. Because time, when claimed with intention, stretches, it softens, and it heals. And in that choosing, we begin, finally, to feel time as our own. You begin to question what you used to accept. It's time to look at which relationships no longer nourish us, which obligations are driven by guilt, and which noise only pretends to have purpose. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." In midlife, waste becomes a kind of grief, but also a gateway. You look at your calendar and ask, does this reflect who I am now, or who I used to be for other people? Reclaiming time means you stop asking for permission to rest, to create, to walk slowly, to do nothing without guilt. It means you let go of the tyranny of urgency. And maybe that's what this is. Not rebellion, but return. Not escape, but arrival. Midlife is not about chasing time. It's about inhabiting it, consciously. It's about finally letting your own rhythm set the pace, not rushing because someone else is tapping their foot, not measuring your worth in how quickly you respond or how much you can squeeze into a day. It's about living in a way that matches your own pulse, steady when you need calm, fast when you're excited, instead of constantly dancing to someone else's stopwatch. You reclaim time when you say, no more pleasing at the cost of peace. No more saying yes just to be liked. No more waiting to feel ready before starting what matters. This is not selfish. This is sacred. Because what you give your time to, you give your life to. This is the philosophy of midlife. That time is not slipping away. It's opening. It's becoming more important. It's time to take it seriously, if you are willing to return to it. This is one gift that only midlife can really give us, an appreciation of time. So, when was the last time you carved out a whole day just for yourself? No errands, no obligations, just you. Which parts of your current routine still serve you, and which ones are leftovers from a life stage you've already outgrown? If you had 2 free hours tomorrow, what would you do with them? And what does that answer tell you about what you're craving? Please comment below. We will be revisiting the subject of taking back your own time during midlife in a future video. Thank you for watching The Woman Philosopher.